All right, so today we actually have a video on the Corolla, and that right here is, oh, that went a little too far. So Perrin ended up sending out a set of wheel spacers for this car. So we got 20mm spacers for all four wheels. I know some people stagger it, but today we're gonna be doing a 20mm spacer all the way around on here. Because right now, this stance needs to get fixed. All right, so in the box, we have our Perrin stuff. As well as these spacers. So these already have the studs on them. I'm not gonna replace the studs. So we're just gonna torque these down to the normal spec that you would torque the Corolla to, which is I think close to 80 foot-pounds. So let's open these up and take a look at them. Here's the spacers. They actually do put the torque spec, so it's actually 76 foot-pounds. These are specifically 5x114 for this Corolla right here, which will also fit a million other cars as well. So let's take these apart. Looks like they bolt them together. And then we'll do the rears first, or we'll probably do one side first, front and rear, so that way we can get an idea of what the difference is on both of them. Now that we got them separated, these actually are really nice because these also come with conical like nuts to hold the plate into place. So, but let's jack the car up and start working on that side. All right, so I got the car jacked up. I figured I'm just gonna do a tire rotation too while I'm here. It's been a few thousand miles since I rotated them, so I'm just gonna swap them over. So we're gonna take these tires off, and then the GR has a factory 10mm spacer on here already. We're gonna make sure we take that off on the rear. The front one does not have it. So I just got the spacer off. I'm gonna clean this up a little bit. It was a little seized on here, but taking off the set screw that was on here and then using the extra, the threaded pieces to help jack the piece off. So now that I got that, now we'll clean this up and then throw our first spacer on there. All right, so I just put a little anti-seize on the hub so that way hopefully it won't stick again. But these literally fit with no slop whatsoever. Let's go get the torque wrench, torque it to 78 inch-pounds. I just got everything torqued on. These look really good. Definitely better than the plain aluminum one that factory comes with. They definitely won't corrode nearly as fast because of the anodize that is on here. So let's go get the front tire, throw it on here, mount it up, and then we'll do the same thing over there. All right, so I ended up swapping over to the front one real quick just to kind of take a look and make sure everything was working. And the front has no issues whatsoever. The rear, I was starting to have a few issues and realized that Toyota, since they're using the stock 10mm spacer, they put longer studs. And so when I was trying to put the wheel back on, the wheel wasn't making contact with the spacer. It was actually making contact with the bolts because there's not enough clearance behind the wheel. So I opted to just keep the 10mm spacer for now. This is probably not the most ideal thing, but I'll probably swap to 35mm, or I'd rather not cut my studs because I'd rather just be able to retain factory if I ever need to. But I probably will upgrade these to be able to clear this, whether it's a 30 or a a 25mm spacer, which I believe a lot of people do, but there's just not enough clearance in the stock tire in order to have the studs sticking out. It's like over a 1/2 inch. So, but that's what I did. So this should still be perfectly safe with no issues, but I still might want to upgrade this so that way I don't have double spacers on here. So, but let's get this mounted on and then we'll move on to the other side of the car. Just got the driver's side done, and the stance I think looks really good. The fitment, the wheels are pretty much flush with the side, versus if you come over here on the side I haven't even done, the wheels are super inset. So let's fix it on this side, and this side I think looks really good. Definitely have to worry about rock chips now. These little mud flaps are probably not going to do it now with how much stick out this is. So finally got both sides on, and this Corolla is looking thick, so I can't believe just 20mm spacers pokes the wheel out that much. That's not even an inch. So, but let's go for a ride and make sure everything looks good, feels good, smells good, and sounds good, so that way we know that we are good to go for at least a couple thousand miles before we rotate the tires again. I mean, everything feels fine. Obviously, I don't think I'm gonna notice anything big, but I just wanna make sure everything's torqued good. I'm gonna go for a few mile drive and then just retorque my wheels. But let's just go for a drive. Alright, so after that ride, everything seems to be looking good, working good. And like I said, from here, I don't know if you guys can tell on camera, but the fitment on the wheels looks a million times better. So let me know down below if I made the right choice, wrong choice. What spacer setup do you have on your GR Corolla? Or do you guys just end up spending thousands on new wheels to get a little bit better fitment? Let me know down below, but if you guys are interested, I will put a link to these below. But with all that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys are new, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys next time.